everyone, and welcome back to today's video. We're just gonna continue. This is gonna be part 2 and continue yesterday's video about what to expect in the second month with your newborn baby. Just wanted to show off her Santa outfit. She has a Santa hat as well. She was wearing the exact same bodysuit and Santa hat last year for her first Christmas, but obviously it was a different size, and so I bought the same one with the same Santa hat for this Christmas that she's gonna be wearing. Anyway, so back to what to expect in the second month. So I did notice that when I was bottle feeding, like I heard bottle feeding her because I was breastfeeding her, always I was breastfeeding her first, and then I finished with the warmed up formula with the bottle because I wasn't producing enough, that she was trying to actually hold the bottle, and she was actually able to hold the bottle because I have videos from this period of time and she actually was able to grab the bottle and hold it while she was formula feeding. So that happened in the second month, and so I guess you can expect that in the second month as well. Immunization, depending on your country, I don't know what your immunization schedule is in your country. So, but in Canada it's at 2 months and at 4 months, and she didn't get her 2 months of one on time. So with premature babies, they still follow the vaccination schedule. So at 2 months old, she would have been still 36 weeks in the pregnancy. So she was still, like, because she was born 3 months early, she would have been still a month early from her due date to get her first vaccination at 2 months. But she didn't get it because that was the time when she was having her tummy issues, and they were not sure if it's an infection or not, so they just didn't give her the vaccination at 2 months. She got her first one almost on her, like 2 weeks before her due date or so, so at 2.5 months old. But at 2 months you can expect your first vaccines, I think in most country, and it's probably not gonna be a nice experience. She actually got her second one during this time, so the 4 month vaccination, she got that during this time, and she was crying so much. So at that time they actually put the vaccines in her leg, and depending on how many vaccines they get either 1 or 2 injections in one and the other leg. And thank God she's not like that anymore, but back at that time when she was getting her injections, she cried so hard that basically the first minute or so she didn't take a breath, and she just got completely purple. Her face was obviously in crying position, but she didn't breathe, and then the crying started. And she basically, once she got this second shot, she just fell asleep right after. Also they get one that they just give them through the mouth, and because my baby was taking vitamins through her mouth from the beginning, that was one of the things that that was a requirement, that if I take her home on her due date, that I had to give her her vitamins, and it was a vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin C, I think, that you could just buy in the store, and I had to give that to her until she was a certain amount of weight. And so because she was so used to taking those every day, and I have a video of that as well on my YouTube channel when she was taking it, and why she actually really liked her vitamins. She was also getting vitamin D extra because I wanted to give her more vitamin D than just this was giving. Plus she was getting probiotics from the beginning as well. So she was so used to getting vitamins that there was this one, there's this one vaccine or immunization virus that they don't give by a shot, by the injection, but they give it through the mouth. And the nurse said this was the easiest one she ever done, because she just swallowed it as it is with no complaint, no issues, because she was so used to doing that. Also, we got into because she really hated to sleep in her bed. She still had to sleep in her bed, but in the morning I transferred her into my bed, and then she slept a few more hours there, and then I was up and awake, so nothing could happen, and she really liked to sleep like that. I also noticed that her sense of humor is developing, like she was laughing at things. You know, they were actually funny and she was laughing at them, so that was super cute as well. Their vision is developing, because at the beginning they only see basically as far as your breast is and your face, and that's it. And babies have a very good sense of faces and recognition of faces. But, by the second month their vision is getting better, so actually with her I noticed that she actually recognized me from across the room, and she was smiling at me from across the room. So I started to read her right from the beginning. So we were reading board books right from the beginning, and by the second month she was turning the pages as well, which I don't know if you can expect that, but I think if you start reading with your baby right from the beginning, then this is something that you can expect, that they start doing that. So she was definitely turning her pages by the second month. I didn't have those play gyms for her at that time. I bought it later on, but it is a good idea to get that when they come home, and then they can. But I think it's a good idea to get those play gyms right from the beginning, and then they can spend their tummy time there, and later on when they turn over to their back, then they can definitely reach for the toys that are hanging from the top of the toy. So I bought those actually on Black Friday, so when she was just about 3 months, 2.5, 3 months. And I think it's a good idea to invest in those right from the beginning, just so your baby can. It's a good place where your baby is stimulated to actually hold the head up and actually move around. They are getting very curious at that time, so whenever you're taking them around on your in your arm, on your shoulder, you can see that they start to look around a lot and actually explore everything and just be very curious about everything. Bath time is super fun time for us. It's always been, so she enjoyed her very first bath back in the hospital a lot, and ever since then she just loves bath. And actually if I go and have a shower and without her, then she gets extremely upset and she cries and gets really angry. Back at this time, obviously she hasn't had that issue yet, so we were bathing her every 3 days in her little bathtub, and she just enjoyed it. She started to get into, like, we were trying to teach her to splash around, and she enjoyed it when she was laughing so much and smiling a lot when she was having a bath time. So she was getting into learning how to splash herself as well. You can also expect that they start to communicate with you, try to communicate with you, not just by crying, but by actually doing something else. So for example, when they are hungry, or when she was hungry at least, she put her either her whole fist in her mouth or her thumb in her mouth, or she was just, you know, looking at me and trying to show me that she's hungry. And so those are things that you can expect in the second month, and there's a few things that you can expect in the second month and the third month, but I'm gonna go and talk about those in my next video, what to expect in the in the 3rd month. So we're gonna stop. Alright. So we're gonna stop our video here. So that was about everything I wanted to say. If I did leave something out, you can always ask me in the comment, and then I get back to you, or I mention it back in the video. You wanna say bye bye YouTube? Say bye bye YouTube. No, you don't say bye bye YouTube. Bye bye YouTube. You ask me. Yeah, bye bye YouTube. Bye bye. Say bye people. See you in the next one. And you're too close, they can't see you. Anyways, see you in the next one.